Meeting in midfield for tonight's
Hot with 4 T's. I know I'm not talking about your crush. I'm talking about the weather. 93 degrees with humidity. So thick you can cut it with a beach ball. If you don't see a cornfield in the distance, trucks parked on top of a hill by the American flag, then, well, you're just not in Eagle Stadium. But that's okay because you're watching the second best thing. I'm Austin Greenland, the voice of the Underwood Eagles, and right here on Fuller Digital Solutions, the sun has gone down. The lights have come on. It's Friday night football. First up in the way of the Eagles, it's Tri-Center. Last time we saw these two teams face head-on was last season, September 4th. Underwood smoked the Trojans 41-8. The game was over in the second quarter. And as kickoff's about to happen right here, we'll see if that's the same story. The kick, Cullen Brandit. The senior standing at 5'11". Puts in the mouthpiece. And it's a start to the 2022 Underwood football season. And Holden Scow will catch the ball in the end zone. And that'll be a touchback to start off the ball game. So 1st and 10 on the 20-yard line. That's where the ball will lie. And the Trojan breaks away. That's number 36 by Brecken Freeberg. That's going to move the chains. 1st and 10 into the 42. Good job there by Freeberg finding the open hole. And the Trojans look fiery coming out. They hand it off to Freeberg again. He's not going to get that far this time around. A loss of a yard.
short loss on the play, 2nd down.
Second down, 10 to go. And it's a whistle blown. Flags dropped.
Flag on the play. False start against the Trojans.
We don't know who false started, but the call is made. That'll be a 5-yard penalty. Taking the ball now.
Second 15.
Back to 15 yards in between. Second and 15, ball on 36. Quarterback decides to take it with him.
Knocked out of bounds by number 11.
He'll be right around the 45-yard line.
Gain of about 7 on the play. Be third and long.
So 3rd and 8. And Trojans got to do something here. Otherwise, there is the punt. Snapped a little low. Here's the throw. Left receiver is caught, but it's out of bounds. A little bit of a gain on the play, but not enough to move the chains. And it seems both teams will bring out the punt team. And we have a little standstill here.
Timeout on the field.
As there's a timeout called on the field, but we're not so sure who called the timeout. Regardless, you're watching Underwood football on Fuller Digital Solutions. I'm Austin Greenland.
Volunteer Fire Rescue for their efforts this evening. Members of the department are providing emergency medical coverage for
And we'll catch you after the timeout.
We'd like to give a big thank you.
So we're told that there was a timeout, but in all reality, there's actually a lightning delay. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Austin Greenland. I work for Fuller Digital Solutions, your broadcaster and the voice of the Underwood Eagles. Now, with this lightning delay, that's a 30-minute delay for the first sight of lightning. The clouds are coming in through the east going towards the west, so hopefully they come over us and dip, but it's not looking too likely right now. There's some sun out there towards the west and a little bit out there towards the northwest as well, but lightning was spotted. That's a 30-minute delay. Now, there was a cross-country event held at Iowa Western today which was postponed due to lightning. So this is not the only event that's happening to be affected by this storm. We'll keep you updated throughout this game and this problem. And hopefully we can get you back to some Underwood football. Until then, we thank you for being patient with us.
get going. Back to receive for Underwood.
And we're back. Welcome here.
Doing the kicking for the Trojans.
Right here in Underwood, where lightning was the killer of a 30-minute delay, and now we have rain. So, honestly, this sportscaster likes to trade. Trojans punt the ball. Scott Pearson runs right out of bounds, and there's a flag thrown here on the play.
Jackson Valdez on the stop. A personal foul horse collar against the Trojans.
And so a horse collar up against the Trojans, and that's going to cost them. A good 5 yards. Or pardon me.
Eagles will start in Trojan territory at their 47-yard
That's
line.
10 yards. So full ball on 47-yard line, 1 and 10. Anderson comes back to the quarterback spot. Here's the throw by Ravlin.
Bradley's pass intended for Colin
Brandt gets the ball, but just not in between the white lines. And that takes it to second down. Ravlin got pretty good of an arm back there in the QB1 spot. Throws her off to Brandt. And Brandt's going to get some yardage on that one. It'll be a third down, but within 3 yards for sure. So third down, 2 to go here on 39. Shotgun formation. They're going to try to run it up the gut. Do they get it through?
Tripped up after a gain of 1. It'll be fourth down.
And no, it's going to be 4th and inches here on the 41. They go for it. Right up the gut is Anderson, and it's good. Running through is Pearson.
Ravlin's pass complete to number 11, Colin Brandt. Nice tackle by number 10, Michael Turner. First down, Eagles.
And so Eagle Stadium is now coming alive after what was a dead solid 30 minutes here up in the booth and in the stands. Ball's hands off over to Anderson. Joey Anderson gets stopped midway through.
The gain of about 1, second 9.
Ravlin looking back to throw, throws a deep one. And one-handed catch, no. Pearson attempts for the one-handed catch, just can't really grab it. And right now is a really tough time, too, just with those gloves and the rain. I mean, you get sticky gloves are great until they get wet, and then they're not that sticky anymore, right? So that had to be partly a factor in that catch. 3rd and 9 on the 17. Anderson's going to run it up the gut, not really get anywhere, and that's going to bring the Underwood to the 4th down. So 4-6 on the 14 now. And Underwood's going to go for it. Raveling looks at coach and waits the call. And it's topped off of Anderson's helmet back into Ravelin's hands, and that's going to be a loss. And the Eagles will turn the ball over here early on in the first quarter. They were only 14 yards away from a touchdown, and then a bad snap just turns her all around. So Titus Humbert
Turner on the carry. Nice tackle by number 4.
backs for the ball.
No gain on the play. Second down.
So second down and 10 after a no gain on this play. 15-yarder. Here's the snap. Gonna ditch it off and get nowhere. Ball gets loose on the play.
Fumble on the play and recovered
But
by
the Titans, the Trojans recover
Joey Anderson.
very easily.
Gain 7 on the stop. Loss on the play will be third and long.
Set back is Turner. And there's going to be a flag on the play. Full start on the offense.
Traveling against the Trojans.
And that's going to cost them here. Ball's already 3rd and 11. Now it'll be 3rd and 16. And honestly, if you're an Eagle, you might be hoping for a quick safety here or maybe a little pick six. Turner back to throw. Takes a while. Finally finds his man. But Scow or Marsh. Eli Marsh, the senior there. A 5'8", 155-pounder. The intended target. And you can see it just slides right off top of his hand. He really never had a chance for it, but he dove out of play in order to go for that ball. That shows a real good player right there. 4th and 16, ball on the 9. It's punted away. Kind of a low punt. It's going to bounce a couple times and dribble its way dead. And Underwood will start at the 37-yard line.
37-yard line of the Trojans will be 1st and 10, Underwood.
So back to the other side of the field. Ball headed off to Anderson. He's going through the gun. He's getting away. He breaks free. And he finds himself at the 5-yard line. That's a big-time gain there for the senior, standing at 5'9", 183. Anderson gets the ball again. Can he do it again? No, he's going to be stopped shy of the goal line.
After a short gain, it'll be 2nd goal.
2nd 3. Or 2nd ball on the 2. And they hand off to Anderson again. Can he get it done? He can. And that's the first touchdown of the 2022 Eagle football season.
6 minutes, 10 seconds left in the quarter. Underwood 6, Price Center 0. attempt the PAT.
So McGrant ready to tip the PAT, and here it is. It's good.
The PAT attempt is good.
So 7 points go on the board here for the Eagles to start her off. As the rain stops and the sun pops out in a beautiful sunset, you got to wonder, is this where the Eagles start to come out? 7 points go on the board, the weather starts to cooperate, and you start to guess yourself. You start to wonder, is this a good sign for the Eagles? I like to think so.
Set to kick off again, Colin Brandt. Kick is brought to you by In-N-Out. Kick your hunger to the sidelines. In-N-Out.
So Colin Brandt, the 5'11 senior, will attempt another kickoff here, and a bit. The Eagles having a different season so far, or at least with a different group of guys. Not to mention the fact that most of these guys on this football team have legs. Some of them reoccurring champs, 2A state track champions, including Scott Pearson, who runs a 158 4x800 and a 1600. It was placed third in the 1600 state meet. Guy's got some speed, a lot more than I ever had, that's for sure. Scott's been moved to the linebacker position recently, which is unusual for his being. And I talked to head coach Nate Michelson, and he told me all about it. Says he's just trying to find himself in that position right now. He's a little uncomfortable, but we'll see more tonight. And so far, what I've seen is a great defense besides that one big yard turn we had around the second play of the game right before that rain delay. Trojans receive the ball easily, runs up the middle, he finds himself way, and this could be taken all the way back to the house. Now Pearson's going to track you down at the 30-yard line. Pearson, a state track favorite, runs him down, but not before the receiver for the Trojans can get to the 30-yard line. And now we might have ourselves a ball game on our hands, depending on Michael Turner.
Freeburg to carry. Wyatt Baker on the stop. And a gain of 5 for the Trojans. It'll be 2nd and 5.
So a gain of 5 on the second turn is not that bad, especially if you're a Trojan, considering the fact that they've had a hard time even getting past the first 10 yards. Turner waiting back to snap. It's low. And he's waiting some pressure. Breaks one tackle. Jukes the set, or tries to get the second, but right there is Pearson. So they'll lose 3 on the play and bring the ball to 3rd and 8 on the 28-yard line. Both teams playing significantly well so far. And there's a snap on the ground. Picked up, headed it off to Valdez. He finds himself Possibly a first down. We might have to take this one, look at this one a little closer.
We have first down at the Eagle 19.
It is a first down, so move the chains and bring in some cheers from the crowd. The Trojans have moved the chains, and now, if you're Underwood defense, you got to wonder, how are we going to stop these guys? Ball handed off to Freeberg. Finds himself another first down.
Freeberg knocked out of bounds by number 2, Alex Ravlin. It'll be a first and goal.
So now it's first and goal here on the Eagles' 9-yard line. And these events have just really turned really quickly. I mean, Turner back to throw. He's going to run it. Not get anywhere, but he's still got yards to kill here. Brings the ball.
Stevie Barnes and Tyler Jacobson on the stop. No gain on the play. Second down.
So it'll be second down and 10 to go. Ball is hiked on the grass again. And this time, the Trojans come through. Ward with the touchdown for the Trojans. And now we do for sure have a ball game on our hands. The Trojans are going to go for 2. Turner sits back, throws, and it's good. So now the Trojans have taken the lead with a 2-point conversion here. With 3:36 left to go in the first quarter, you score Trojans 8, your Eagles 7.
Drop in to the Do Drop In for fantastic daily food specials. For lunch on Monday, chicken fried steak. Tuesday is Taco Tuesday. Wednesday is a wild card. Thursday, bacon cheeseburger, fries, and chocolate cake. And Friday is a sirloin steak sandwich. And for supper specials, on Thursday it's roasted chicken and Friday prime rib. Open 11:30 till 9 weekdays, till 2 Friday and Saturday, and closed Sundays. Drop in to the Do Drop in McClelland for great family food and drinks with friends.
So here's something that the Eagles probably didn't think they would be doing tonight, or at least not much of, is receiving the football. That's right. If you're just joining us, the Trojans have found themselves with a touchdown and a 2-point conversion and have taken an 8-7 lead early or late on here in the first quarter of this football game. Here's the kick. It's high, and it looks like number 1, Josh Ravlin, the sophomore, is going to find the ball in his hands, and he's just going to walk her out there right around the 45-yard line.
At their 37-yard line, first and 10.
So ball on the 37-yard line, first and 10, of course. Sitting back is Alex Ravlin. Beside him, Joey Anderson. Anderson ran quite a bit of yardage so far in today's ball game, including running 3 times in a row for a touchdown. Ravlin sitting back for the pass. Can't really find anyone. Shoots it over to Chase Ryan. Goes right through his hands, and, man, was Chase paranoid right there. Do you see how that? Oh, man. He had 2 guys on him, and they looked hungry. That's for sure. So Chase can't come up with the football. We'll go back to work at the same spot. This time, 2nd and 10. Ball still on the 37, of course. Raveling hands it off to Anderson. Anderson breaks 2 tackles. He goes through. Finds himself a first down.
Brought down by number 36, Brecken Freeberg.
And that's going to be right on the 49-yard line.
Pick up about 11 will be 1st and 10 Underwood at their 49.
And they're going to waste no time getting back to it. Raveling fakes the handoff to Anderson. Dishes it back off to one of his wide receivers, but Pearson is dead as arrived. He's DOA, that's for sure. Stunk in his tracks like concrete. That only moves the chains 2 yards. Or moves up 2 yards. Dishes off to Raveling, or you have to Pearson. Pearson running through the corner. Going to throw the football out there, try to get that first down. He might have got it, he might not have, but he's surely close. And it doesn't matter because the flag on the play goes against Underwood. And it's going to be a holding charge on number 56, Tyler Jacobson. So that'll move the ball quite a ways back. So 2nd down and 18, ball on the 41. Raveling dishes it off to Pearson, but the ball is blocked by number 46, Jason Johnson. The senior tight end, defensive end, standing at 6'2", 245. That's a big boy. That's a big boy over there. Good job by the deflection, and the Eagles need a chance to take a break and talk some things over. They take the timeout. You're watching Fuller Digital Solutions. I'm Austin Greenland. We'll have more football here when the whistle blows.
Fuller Digital Solutions is proud to provide this video streaming coverage, and we hope you are enjoying the broadcast. Chances are, many others are enjoying it right along with you. If you have a business, you could be delivering your message just like I am to you this very minute. Please contact us for sponsorship opportunities by emailing fullerdigitalsolutions@gmail.com. Again, that's fullerdigitalsolutions@gmail.com. Thank you for joining our broadcast.
Digital Solutions started small, but now we're growing.
So back we are here at Eagle Stadium. If you're just joining us, it's been quite an interesting ball game here. We wouldn't have thought so, considering the fact that the Eagles swept the Trojans, or really just picked up the pieces off the floor after a 41-8 loss back on September 4th last season. But this season, it's more of a battle than we thought. Score right now 8-7 with 2:26 left to go in the first quarter. We should mention that there was a 30-minute rain delay about 5 plays into the ball game, which might have something to do with it. A lot of people have a little skepticism or a theory that rain delays have hurts and a big dramatic effects on the outcomes of sporting events. I mean, let's just look at Game 7 of the 2016 World Series between the Chicago Cubs and the Indians, the Cleveland Indians. Rain delay right there at the end of that ball game really just shot the Cubs' potential up, and a lot of people will talk about it to this day of how the Cubs finally ended the 108-year drought with rain.
The 3rd and long at the Eagle 42.
Speaking about rain, we had a little bit of it here after that lightning delay, but since then we've had clear skies, beautiful sunset out to the northwest, as the whole team is kind of behind. And Raveling sits back, he rears. Here's a long one to Pearson. He catches it. And he gets as far as the 11-yard line, and that's a big-time game for the Eagles. So they'll mark it down at the 12. With 2:16 left to go, the Eagles have plenty of time and plenty of momentum to pull it through. Here's the hike, handed off to Anderson. Anderson breaks 3 tackles, and he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. Score now 13-8. A great job by Anderson, and if we had live stats up here in this booth, I could tell you all these stats, these wonderful stats, mostly on Anderson himself. The guy has really just found a way to bust through tackles, to break through big numbers of guys. This guy's sometimes breaking through 3 guys at once. Great job by him, and that's why he has 2 touchdowns under his belt. Here's the PAT. And the rest will put their hands in the air. That means it's good. So 14-8 now the score is. Now, was the idea of going for the 2-point conversion smart if you're a Trojan? I say so. They know they're going to have a hard time coming back in this ball game. And, in fact, I mean, they lost 41-8 last September. So get that 2-point conversion could mean a little something extra going in to the end of this ball game. So, smart choice by them. And you got to keep that in mind. Because if you don't keep that in mind, that's going to sneak up on us here close to the end of the game if this ends up becoming close. So, head coach Nate Michelin will wave his guys in. They'll have a little meeting here before kickoff. It seems like Colin Brandt is just kind of gassed out there right now, the kicker for the team. And Nate doesn't seem too pleased right now. I don't know if I would be either. This team should be building up more momentum than they are, and they really should be adding some more points to that board as well. It's sometimes stressful, though. I can understand for the 8-year head coach. Been here 14 years total with an Eagles hat on top of his head on these sidelines. The headset has treated him well. 6th grade social studies and science teacher at the school. In fact, has his own son in class. I don't know if I would want my own kid in my class. I think my kid would be very, very unbehaving as like I was. I don't think, that would not be good for me. Brandt kicks her good. He's going to get right about the 5-yard line. Skull has a hard time picking it up. He breaks some tackles, though, and gets himself right around the 16-yard line. So it looks like they'll place the ball on the 17.
At their 22, or excuse me, at the 17.
So 1:56 left in the quarter. Back is Turner. Turner looking for something. He breaks the tackle. He's going to run with it, and he's going to attempt to Tebow it right out the bounds.
Forced out by Jacobson. Pickup of about 5 in the 2nd and 5.
Turner dishes it off to his running back.
Barnes and Pearson on the stop. Be a 1st down carry for the Trojans. At their 20. Turner dropped in the backfield by Easton Elledge and Stevie Barnes. Loss of 5 on the play.
So a loss of 5 on the play there on that sack. It's a great job there by those two Eagles in there on the play, getting right around the O-line to get into the quarterback. And there's a fumble on the play, and the Eagles all think they recovered it.
Fumble on the play.
And did they? No, there's a flag, and there's a false start on the offense, and I'll move the ball back 5 yards instead. But the Eagles really did think they caught that ball. They really did think that it was theirs. It's a good thing we don't have a crowd mic up in this booth. I don't know if we would really want to broadcast what some of these fans say. Ball snapped onto the ground. Freeberg going to go ahead and pick her up and take it as far as he can. Gets pretty far, honestly. Finds himself at the 29-yard line.
Pick up of about 8 or 9. It'll be 3rd and long.
So 1 yard shy of moving the chains. Ball on the 28. Turner hikes the ball, looks back to throw, gives it a good toss and a great hit by Ravlin. Alex Ravlin just came in there and boom.
And that is the quarter.
That's a good way, though, to end this quarter here. 14-8 at the end of one with your Underwood Eagles leading in style. You're watching Fuller Digital Solutions. I'm Austin Greenland.
Digital Solutions started small, but now we're growing as FDS provides live streaming coverage for over 20 schools across 3 different states on our Fuller Digital Solutions YouTube channel. Subscribe to get notified when we go live for your school events. Big events are captured live, and your business can get noticed with advertising during our live streams. Local talent and camera operators are encouraged to contact us too for future employment. No experience necessary. We will train. For information about advertising or working with Fuller Digital Solutions, email us and follow us on Facebook.
So the Trojans cheer team doing a little sizzle. I've never really seen that. And it's over now, but man, I really never had seen that cheer before. That's a new one. Do the sizzle, sizzle. What? It was a very interesting cheer. So Bedford right now beating up Lamoni 34-8. For a score update.
Cam 20, Fremont Mill 6. East Mills 18, Woodbine 6. Ottoman 27, Southeast Warren 7.
And so now going into the second quarter. (14-8) in the second. 12 minutes on the clock. We'll switch sides here.
Getting ready to start the second quarter. Maddox Anderson back to kick for the Trojans to Scott Pearson, number 3 for Underwood.
Pearson back to receive. It's going to come up short and dribble its way
Anderson's punt is down at the Eagles
out of bounds, right around the 47-yard line. And the Eagles will pick it up there.
First and 10 Eagles.
First and 10. Ravlin throwing a pretty good game so far. And, ooh.
Ravlin's pass intended for
Gets his bell rung a little bit on that one.
Second down.
Chase Ryan was the elected receiver. Just couldn't quite come up with the ball. And got his bell rung at that.
Anderson, the ball carrier.
Anderson gets the ball. Is it enough for a first down? That's the question. Is it enough for a first down?
Along with Freeberg on the stop, the 3rd and 2.
It's close, but no cigar, so 3 and 2 on the 45. And it looked like one of the Trojans false started, but we're not going to get a flag. Anderson finds the ball in his hands again. He about falls down, but catches his balance and finds himself down at the 33-yard line. Great job by Ravlin, or handing that ball off very smoothly, just so Anderson could get a good jump right there. Ravlin back for the pass. Finds his brother.
Alex Ravlin's pass complete to number 1, Josh Ravlin.
And Josh is going to find himself sitting down at 29.
About 5 will be second down.
So they'll place the ball at the 28, 2 and 5. And as soon as it's height, we're going to have a flag.
Ball start against the Eagles.
So the Eagles, one of the Eagles false started. Not a good deal. Not a good deal. So they'll move the ball back 5 yards. Ravlin looking for somebody, having a hard time, decides to dish it deep to his brother, and it's just out of reach.
Incomplete. Intended for number 1, Josh Ravlin. Eli Marsh on the coverage. 3rd down.
So bring it down now to 3rd and 10 for the Eagles. On the 33. They might run it here. They are kind of more of a running team. Fakes off the run. Ravlin finding himself in trouble. He's got to run the football. He might find himself a first down. He finds a way on the side. And he's going to break another tackle. And another tackle. And it's a touchdown, but it's ripped out of his hands. He picks it back up. And it is a touchdown for sure. Great job by the Trojans to rip the ball out of his hands, but he's right there to pick it back up. And that is a Underwood Eagle touchdown.
There's a flag on the play.
And it shouldn't have spoke so soon. A yellow piece of cloth is thrown onto some grass, and now we're all standing by. Oh, boy. And now Ravlin is having a couple of words with the ref.
Like a dead ball, unsportsmanlike conduct penalty against the Eagles. The touchdown is good.
And unsportsmanlike conduct is called on Ravlin. The touchdown stays.
The penalty will be enforced on the kickoff.
And they'll enforce the penalty on the kickoff. I'm not so sure what exactly Ravlin did, but he is very upset there on the sidelines. Colin Brandt's back to kick the ball once again. He's made both attempted PATs.
Looks like the Trojans have decided to take the penalty on the PAT.
So instead of adding the yardage to the kick return, they're going to add it to the PAT, which is ironic because I talked to Brandt earlier, and he stated that he had a hard time kicking from that far away. But it don't matter. He comes away with the PAT. It's good, and that's going to bring the score to 21-8. Ravlin said he could only kick 25 yards in that direction just because of the wind. And, well, the wind's died down, and the foot power is still there. So he legs it right over the cross beams, and we add an extra point. Score now 21-8.
Drop in to the Do Drop In for fantastic daily food specials. For lunch on Monday, chicken fried steak. Tuesday is Taco Tuesday. Wednesday is a wild card. Thursday, bacon cheeseburger, fries, and chocolate cake. And Friday is a sirloin steak sandwich. And for supper specials, on Thursday it's roasted chicken and Friday prime rib. Open 11:30 till 9 weekdays, till 2 Friday and Saturday, and closed Sundays. Drop in to the Do Drop in McClellan for great family food and drinks with friends.
So Brandt gives her a good leg. This one's a little flatter and a hard hit kick, and it goes right out of the territory. And that'll be at the 35-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Trojans. Michael Turner hands the ball off to Freeberg, and he's just really not going to get anywhere. Back is Turner. Turner is sacked by 32, Brendan Bowden. The freshman, standing 6'0" and 140 pounds, just lines his way right back there and he gets a good old sack. Great energy, great enthusiasm. That's something you want to see out of your freshman. That's 3 more years you're going to have after this season with this guy. Turner ditches it back over to Freeberg. And they're going to get right about the 30-yard line. Barnes on the stop.
A 3 and out brought to you by Utter Clutter. You want things out? Take it to Utter Clutter.
For those of you who are watching the live stream and would like to see more Underwood football and sports, go ahead and follow me on social media, Instagram at Austin Greenland, all lowercase, or Austin Greenland IWTV on Twitter, or just Austin Greenland on Facebook. Trojans punt the ball, go sky high. Peterson thought about grabbing a piece of it.
Anderson's kick is down inside of Eagle territory at the 35-yard line.
And Peterson will just let it flop right where it lies.
1st and 10.
As the Eagles will just go to work from the 35-yard line. Here's the pass. It's caught. Great shot by Ravelin. So Colin Brandt comes clean with it. Kind of gets his head shook up a little bit. But gets up clean, and that's going to get a gain of a whole yard. And false starting on the offense. So that's going to be a 5-yard penalty for the Eagles. Here's the pass right off to Brandt.
Give Scal credit for the tackle. 3rd down.
Ravelin finds Pearson. Pearson not getting away from the tackle. And he is not easily stopped, is he? My goodness. Travels himself away, cross about 5 yards. And Underwood's going to find themselves at their own 49. 1st and 10, moving the chains. Ravelin gets a high hike. Ball's on the ground. And it looks like, Tyler Jacobson, senior, finds himself on top of the football. So Anderson gets the pitch back in the back of the field. And the handoff gets him about 4 yards in. So that'll hurt a little bit of the damage, making it 3 and 8 on the Trojans 49. Ravelin looking back to pass. Finds his intended target. It's Brandt. Brandt comes away with it. He's going to go all the way. Touchdown, Eagles. And you can hear the band playing. And that yellow little cloth, yeah, it finds itself on some grass again. And head coach Nate Nicholas was going to throw his hands up in the air. Apparently there's a sideline warning going up against the Trojans. So nothing to do with the Eagles. The touchdown still stands. And Brandt will go back to work with that magnificent leg of his. Don't know if I'm supposed to say that on a broadcast or not. But anyways, this one gets tipped. And the PAT is no good. So the first of 4 PATs he's kicked so far tonight does not come out on the Eagles side of things. Regardless, 27-28, nothing to be too ashamed of. 6:25 left going into this first half. The Eagles have done a magnificent job finding themselves on the board.
Fuller Digital Solutions is proud to provide this video streaming coverage, and we hope you are enjoying the broadcast. Chances are, many others are enjoying it right along with you. If you have a business, you could be delivering your message just like I am to you this very minute. Please contact us for sponsorship opportunities by emailing fullerdigitalsolutions@gmail.com. Again, that's fullerdigitalsolutions@gmail.com. Thank you for joining our broadcast.
So Brant sitting back to do the kicking duties. And he punts this one. Gets 10 yards, but unfortunately, number 44, Trey Brick, is right there for the recovery. And he finds themselves at their own 45. Tri-Center doing a good job so far today, but just haven't been able to come through and keep plays. Oh, the ball is handed off to Eli Marsh, but Marsh becomes mush right there around the 38-yard line.
Second and 15.
So the ball will be placed on the 40-yard line. Second and 16 now for Tri-Center. Turner hikes the ball. And one thing I've noticed is that the center really hikes the ball low, and it's hard for Turner to pick that ball back up. Flag thrown on the play. Trojans will, well, one of them false started, so now they're going to move the ball back another 5 yards. So now the ball is going to be placed on 2 and 11, or 2 and 21. Pardon me. And here's one of the dirt again. Quarterback is sacked. He gets it away, though, on time, so it's not a sack, but sure is close. 3rd and 20 now for Tri-Center. And the student section for Tri-Center is really trying to get a little pumped up here. So, 3rd and 20. Here's the hike. Turner sitting back, gets smushed. Is there a flag? No.
Turner's pass incomplete.
Everybody's yelling over there at Chase Ryan. Thought he got himself into a little pickle there, but he didn't. So Chase Ryan is cleared of all doing in the cornerback position, and setting himself back now would be Scott Pearson to receive the football. Pearson ran in 1:58.800, 1 minute 58 seconds of an 800. That's 2 times around a track. Here this summer at State Track. Got some really good legs. We saw him one time go ahead and get a guy, just run a guy down. Great play on his part. But he won't even have a chance at this one. This one falls out of bounds.
Following halftime, please meet your participant at the south end of the track. All cheer camp participants, please report to the track.
Ravelin sits back.
Ravelin's pass complete to number 11, Colin
finds the ball into the hands of Colin Brandt. And Brandt will find himself laying down. At the 42. 2 and 5. Hand off to Anderson. Anderson finds himself an opening. He gets himself to the 40 to 20 or the 30. And we have an injured player. Or is it that the ref?
injury timeout on the field.
That looks like that's the ref on the ground. And he's not doing so hot. Got himself tangled up in the line there. And we'll have more football for you after the break. You're watching Underwood football on Fuller Digital Solutions.
Digital Solutions started small, but now we're growing as FDS provides live streaming coverage for over 20 schools across 3 different states on our Fuller Digital Solutions YouTube channel. Subscribe to get notified when we go live for your school events. Big events are captured live, and your business can get noticed with advertising during our live streams. Local talent and camera operators are encouraged to contact us too. For future employment, no experience necessary, we will train. For information about advertising or working with Fuller Digital Solutions, email us and follow us on Facebook.
So the ref, well, he gets up. He stumbles a bit. He seems to be fine. Nothing too life-threatening as of now through the naked eye, but they're having him sit down there, and I think these refs are just going to have to learn how to work without one of their men. I'm sure that in ref school they have the situation or scenario, mapped out, just in case something like this would happen to actually happen.
The 1st and 10 Eagles at the Trojan 36.
Ravlin sitting back to pass. Wide open is Brandt. And Brandt will find himself with some chains coming his way there.
Underwood at the Trojan 20.
So Underwood finding themselves at the Trojan 20 as the ref is, he's getting better. Ravlin ditches it off. Ball gets hit off the helmet. Therefore, the catch is Wyatt Baker. The junior finds the ball in his hands, and it's going to push the chains off the field. So now it's 1st and goal.
1st and goal inside the 10.
Handed off to Anderson, and he finds himself up against a brick wall right away.
Nice tackle by number 26, Owen Ward.
The offensive line for the Eagles is stout as it can be. I talked to head coach Nate for the game. It's Ravlin, sits back. He might run this one in. No, he finds his open target. It's Anderson, and that's another touchdown for Joey Anderson. A great job done by the Eagles. And that's going to push the score to 33-8 in this ball game. Looks to be closer and closer over by the seconds.
Colin Brandt on to attempt the PAT.
Brandt attempting his 6th PAT of the night. He's 4 for 5 so far. Here's the kick. Flat, but good.
PAT attempt is good.
And 5 for 6 there at the PAT.
Left before halftime. Underwood 34, try center 8.
So 7 points are added on the board. Your score's now 34-8. It's only the first half of this football game. We've had a rain delay. We've had a lightning delay.
The guys up front.
We've had a ref be
Jacobson,
tackled.
East Nellage, Glenn Klein, Walter Osdemore, Max Tarks.
It's been a pretty darn good day here at Eagle Stadium, away to start off the 2022 season for sure.
Drop in to the Do Drop In for fantastic daily food specials. For lunch on Monday, chicken fried steak. Tuesday is Taco Tuesday. Wednesday is a wild card. Thursday, bacon cheeseburger, fries, and chocolate cake. And Friday is a sirloin steak sandwich. And for supper specials, on Thursday it's roasted chicken and Friday prime rib. Open 11:30.
So, Brant, another time tonight we'll set back there. Here's a kick. It's going to go over the corner. They might let it fall out. No, and it goes right up front of the cone. It's going to be a touchback. That is a perfect kick. Only thing that could have been better about that kick right there is if it would have just been a little slower and died in front of the end zone. But I know for sure that even in my prime, I couldn't have kicked the ball like that. That was a great kick, and regardless of it being a touchback, it needs to be noticed. So Turner set back for it. Titans again. Hands the ball off to his running back, and he's going to get some good yardage into it.
First and 10, Trojans at the Eagle 30, or excuse me, at the Trojan 30.
So Freeburg is, well, not so free in the backfield there. Loss of yards for Tri-Center. This ball game getting dimmer and dimmer for the Trojans. And here's one gets away for the recovery. Turner gets himself on top of it, but
pressure by Joey Anderson.
Turner luckily gets on top of that ball, though. And I've talked about this all night.
Timeout,
you
Underwood.
See that ball getting snatched low to the grass, and Turner's really having to pick that ball up almost off of the ground. It's no surprise, if anything, this didn't happen earlier on in the broadcast. Tri-Center's going to go ahead and take a timeout, and so will we. You're watching Fuller. You're watching Underwood football on Fuller Digital Solutions.
Drop in to the Do Drop In for fantastic daily food specials. For lunch on Monday, chicken fried steak. Tuesday is Taco Tuesday. Wednesday is a wild card. Thursday, bacon cheeseburger, fries, and chocolate cake. And Friday is a sirloin steak sandwich. And for supper specials, on Thursday it's roasted chicken and Friday prime rib. Open 11:30 till 9 weekdays, till 2 Friday and Saturday, and closed Sundays. Drop in to the Do Drop in McClellan for great family food and drinks with friends.
Turner sets back, looking for somebody, breaks a couple of tackles, lets one release. Does he come up with it? No, he doesn't. Well, right there was Josh Ravlin almost getting the interception there. If he would have been 3 more feet in front of it, he might have had a chance to do it.
Maddox Anderson set to punt to Scott Pearson.
So back for the punt. The Trojans kick her off more to the right side of the field. Pearson catches on the tip of his fingers. Finally gets a hold of it, but he's cuffed at the ankles.
By Pearson at the 48-yard line. That punt was brought to you by Flex Physical Therapy. Punt out soreness and those nagging injuries.
So now the Eagles will set up a nest at the 48-yard line. 1:51 left to go in the quarter, or in the half for that part. Ravlin, only man on the island, looks for his brother, or pardon me, looks for Pearson. And they're not going to waste any time. They're going to go ahead and keep on playing some ball here. Heights back over to Ravlin. Ravlin looking deep. And it's intercepted by Holden Scow. Gets the interception. Holden Scow gets the interception. And now Tri-Center has a chance of 125 here to possibly do a little bit of damage. And Turner finds himself throwing to Brecken Freeberg. And Freeberg just can't really come up with it in the hands of 6'1", 215 senior. Just big guy, but with butterfingers. Reminds me, I should have got a Butterfinger today. Butterfinger's usually my favorite candy bar. Why I got a Twix? I don't know. Turner looking back to throw. Going to find himself running. Not too far, though. So Anderson finds himself rolling right over Turner. Not a sack, but not a loss of yards. Underwood's going to take themselves a timeout. And so should we. You're watching Underwood football, home of the Eagles. I'm Austin Greenland.
Fuller Digital Solutions is proud to provide this video streaming coverage, and we hope you are enjoying the broadcast. Chances are, many others are enjoying it right along with you. If you have a business, you could be delivering your message just like I am to you this very minute. Please contact us for sponsorship opportunities by emailing fullerdigitalsolutions@gmail.com. Again, that's fullerdigitalsolutions@gmail.com. Thank you for joining our broadcast.
So the fumble is on the play. Trojans recover, but not before two big Eagles are on top of a Trojan. And he's down with yards to lose, 4 and 17.
Timeout, Trojans.
And so the Trojans will take another timeout here. 20 seconds left to go in the first half. Should be a halftime show brought to you from Underwood Cheer. Be very interesting to see. $20 seconds remaining in the first half. Here's the punt return, and this one is hiked way over the head of the punter, and that will be a safety. So add 2 more points to the board for the Eagles. And, you know, the Eagles really was trying to get a touchdown here before the end of the half. They'll get a safety. I guess you take what you can get. So the punt return is delayed a little bit by the wind. Blowing out of the south. Here's a kick. It's middle flat. Pearson gets the football. He's going to run it down the sidelines. He's going to be out of bounds at the 50 with 13 seconds left to go.
13 seconds left before halftime.
Like I said earlier, we will have a halftime show. The Little Cheer Girls at Underwood going to put on a show for us here at halftime. Now here it's very interesting. Looks like we actually have fans in the away stands over here. Rafflin sitting back, lets one rip, and how Bryant didn't really have that ball, I don't know. It looked like he kind of jumped a little early. So he comes away with, well, nothing in the palm of his hands, and we go back to work. 7 seconds left on the board. 2 and 10 at the 50-yard line. End of first half. Ravlin making sure his team knows what's the plan. Anderson moves over. Here comes Brandt. Brandt's tops off the ball. He's going to run it up the gut. He's going to find a way. 2 seconds left to go. They're going to call a timeout. And a great job by Brandt.
That is the half.
We're not going to call a timeout. So, they can't get the snap off before the clock ends, but it's still a good run. 36-8 is your score after the end of the first half. We will have the halftime performances shown to you over live stream. So please stay tuned for that and for the second half of the contest. Once again, you're watching Underwood football on Fuller Digital Solutions. I'm Austin Greenland.
Digital Solutions started small, but now we're growing as FDS provides live streaming coverage for over 20 schools across 3 different states on our Fuller Digital Solutions YouTube channel. Subscribe to get notified when we go live for your school events. Big events are captured live, and your business can get noticed with advertising during our live streams. Local talent and camera operators are encouraged to contact us too for future employment. No experience necessary. We will train. For information about advertising or working with Fuller Digital Solutions, email us and follow us on Facebook.
The Underwood Marching Eagles would like to present their 2021 halftime show, Grease is the Word. They will perform Grease Lightning, Summer Nights, featuring soloist Kyra Hetfield on piccolo, Chloe Campbell on alto saxophone, Haley Churchill in color guard, and Emily Wagner in color guard, and Born to Hand Jive. The Marching Eagles are under the direction of drum major Ashley Knudsen, color guard instructor Anna Wells, and band director Caitlin Biggs. Ashley, is your band ready?
Drop in to the Do Drop In for fantastic daily food specials. For lunch on Monday, chicken fried steak. Tuesday is Taco Tuesday. Wednesday is a wild card. Thursday, bacon cheeseburger, fries, and chocolate cake. And Friday is a sirloin steak sandwich. And for supper specials, on Thursday it's roasted chicken and Friday prime rib. Open 11:30 till 9 weekdays, till 2 Friday and Saturday, and closed Sundays. Drop in to the Do Drop in McClellan for great family food and drinks with friends.
There. So, an interesting first half, to say the least. First, a lightning delay. Second came the rain. And then Joey Anderson showing us his magic. So, with 3 touchdowns with by Joey Anderson there in that first half alone, back to back to back. Then we have a ref getting tackled. And now we lie where we lie. 36-8 at the end of the first half. And this all started after one touchdown by the Trojans and a two-point conception. But the big thing about today is the fact that Underwood has just nonstop been able to score after exception and inception. Things just keep looking on the up for the Underwood Eagles. So head coach Nate McKelson pacing back and forth there. He's ready to get started, as are we. .48 seconds left on the board until we start the second half of this football game. As a lot of fans decide to leave the stands. Stands are somewhat empty compared to what there was here in the first half. And over across the field, well, let's just say it's a little bare. And looks like we caught a halftime wrestling match.
Getting ready to start the second half.
It might be over a girlfriend. We're not so sure. You know how sixth grade can sometimes be. Remember one time when I was a kid, my it's about first grade, I had a girlfriend. She gave me a ring, and my mom had to go. I brought it home.
Josh Raveling.
As Raveling collects himself the ball, he'll be right around the 43-yard line. Back to my story, my mom, I got home with this ring on my finger, and she was, well, it was on my ring finger, you know, because she was my girlfriend, you know, first grade, third grade, something like that. Anyways, the ring got stuck, and I specifically remember my mother with the soap in the kitchen just scrubbing at my finger, turning all purple and everything. Good times. Raveling back to pass. Dishes it back over to Anderson. Anderson going to run it off to the side. He's going to get a lot of yardage. That's going to move the chains. He'll go out right about around the 38-yard line. That's a great job by Ralvin, just finding the man to ditch off to and letting Anderson do what he does best, which is run. Hopefully his girlfriend doesn't say that, but anyways. Anderson on the carry, just doesn't get many yards out of it. Stopped right at the line of scrimmage, so we won't see anything. Oh, no, he does find himself a yard behind the yard of scrimmage. So, 2nd and 11, the play will be ball on the 39. Ravlin running the side. He's going to take it himself. Jukes his opponent. He's eventually taken down by 3 Trojans, but Tri-Center can't put him out of bounds, not at least until he gets halfway to his attempted yardage. So, 3 and 1 on the 30. Anderson joining Ravlin. Ball's handed off to Anderson. He finds himself a hole. He's fighting. He's going to find himself at the 12-yard line. A great job by Anderson there to get right through the hole and fight through those tackles. So 1st and 10 on the 12-yard line. Ravlin looks over. Look to number 38, Chase Ryan. So Chase Ryan is the intended receiver. He picks up the ball, but his knee is down.
No gain. 2nd goal.
So 2nd and goal, it will be at the 11. 9 to go. Ravlin steps back, starts running to the left side. Having a hard time finding anybody. He takes a spin move, and he finds himself in the end zone. Touchdown, Eagles. A great little spin move there, and then he found himself in a, well, quite a little hectic situation there. Looked like one of the cornerbacks really came through there and just completely demolished him in the end zone. Regardless, he gets the 6 points for his team. And Brant goes to the PAT again. And it's good. So Brant is 6 for 7 for PATs tonight. Guy's basically had his own touchdown. I believe he has another one touchdown actually under his belt. So there you go. That's been kind of the name of the game. The story for the Eagles so far tonight is just touchdown after touchdown after touchdown. A lot of running plays. We have seen a few Hail Marys who have been successful, 1 interception, and we have seen a couple of shotgun passes that have really found receivers, but nothing like Joey Anderson running the football, honestly. Anderson is just, if we had live stats and we could actually give you the stats on the yards that he has ran tonight, it'd be unbelievable. The guy's had to at least run the football field once, for sure. But not to forget to mention Scott Pearson, who I've said all night was a famous success in the 2A state track championship. Now, not only does this guy run, a 158 800, but he can catch guys too on the football field. We saw a kick return take really far down around the 30-yard line before Pearson just completely caught up to him and tackled him. It was very impressive. That guy will go somewhere. I'm very well sure of it. Here's a kick by Brandt. Oh, and the Trojan bumbles it. He can't really come clean with it. I really have never seen a football player bounce the football to the 20-yard line. I don't know if this is basketball or football, but that was impressive, whatever he was doing. Every time he tried to get the ball up, he just pushed it over an extra 5 yards. 5 yards, 5 yards, 5 yards. Finally, he comes up clean with it just before one of the Eagles had came across with it. That's what counts as a tackle. But, man, oh, man, the Trojans have really just fallen apart here in the late first half. And now coming into the early second half, it don't seem much better. Turner is going to go ahead and run with the ball. He has no choice, and he's just demolished by a couple of Eagles there in the backfield. And if you're Turner, you really don't want to be him right now. The offensive line has let opened up a lot of holes for this defense tonight. And I talked to head coach Nate Michelin and before the football game, and he told me, he's like, our weakest link is this defensive line. It is just not as solid as it has been in the past. And that was something he was really worried about with tonight's matchup. But he said the O-line really makes up for that defensive line. And that I can believe. I've seen it. So Turner snaps the ball, catches it at the very bottom, and his intended target is laying down in the grass. So Holden Scow is the intended target, laying on his back, and I think that time he wasn't really intending for him. He was more or less looking to throw the ball. I don't know. It's a hard one to call there. So after all the confusion, the Trojans have elected to punt the football. Snap hits the grass. Back to receive is Scott Pearson. Pearson taking off. And no, that way's not good. He's going to go this way. So he breaks 2 tackles. He breaks 3 tackles, 4 tackles. Gets himself to the 40-yard line. Which was a great move by him. He decided he was going to go to the right side there and just, too many people there. So he decides to go up to the left. And there was just 3 guys. Bang, bang, bang. Who are right there trying for that ankle tackle. And nope, he was not having it. Stepping over every single one of them. Finds himself at 40, and that's what's great about this Eagles reception. This team, they get the ball and they move the marker. They always get the ball and they're moving it down the field. Very rarely do they let the other team pick up the ball. It's a great system. So Jensen gets himself some time in the varsity game. He gets about 3 yards in. Or I'm told 2 yards. So it'll be second and 8 on the Trojans 36. And here's the snap. It's left in the grass. And there'll be a flag. Be a false start on the offense. So Underwood will move back 5 yards. So Tri-Center tonight, it's just really popped off at the beginning and then lately has fell apart. And that one was intended for Chase Ryan, the 6'2 senior. And it just slips through his hands. That's not the first time that's happened tonight, though. That's happened 2 or 3 other times where Chase Ryan has not been able to come clean with the ball. That might be something that will work for, I'm sure, Nate is there on the sidelines. He's seen that tonight. Here's the pass. And, well, it's hitting the grass. So, Ravlin to his brother. And it's just no good. That brings it down to 4th and 14. You got to wonder, is Alex Ravlin, is he starting to get a little gas there in the quarterback spot? So number 2, Holden Scout. He is back to receive the football. Kicking. There's Joey Anderson. Ball sky high. Bunch of Eagles around it, and they're going to touch this football right around the 13-yard line.
At the Trojan 12, it'll be 1st and 10. Try center.
So try center, 1st and 10 on the 12-yard line. And I think they need a little bit more momentum than that to get back into this ball game. Score 43-8 here and the mid part of the third quarter. If you're just joining us, I'm Austin Greenland, right here in the booth, calling Underwood football for Fuller Digital Solutions. This one's been all the Eagles so far today. Tri-Center really did a good job early on in the first quarter. And after that, it's just been kind of just Eagles. That's all I can say. Eagles. I'm lost for words. That doesn't happen too often with this broadcaster, let me tell you. The Eagles have just been everywhere, everything tonight. But what's really amazing about the Eagles is their offensive lineup. With Joey Anderson running the ball and Alex Ravlin throwing the ball from the quarterback spot, those two alone have been almost unstoppable. Anderson holding at least 3 touchdowns tonight. Ravlin throwing at least 4. It's unreal. Not to forget the fact of Scott Pearson, who was a big success in the 2A state track championship. He's done a great job tonight. He's got 2 touchdowns under his belt. The defensive line, I've been told, is a little weak, but other than that, this football team has a good shot here this season, or at least I like to think so. 2 starters off of the O-line are not with us tonight due to injuries as the football's punted back. Pearson picks it up around the 45. He's going to run her back to the 40. And he's going to try to hurdle a couple of Trojans, but he's got his work cut out for him here.
First and 10, Underwood, inside Trojan territory at the 41.
Ravlin handed it off
Excuse me, Gage Savin, the ball carrier.
to Gage Savlin.
Savin's first carry evening.
He gets himself some varsity time.
5 on the play.
He picks up 5 on the play, bringing it down to 2nd and 5 on the 37.
Ravlin's pass incomplete, intended for Gage Savin. Valdez on the coverage. 3rd down. First down scamper for Alex Ravlin.
This football game's been a good one so far. Graham Jensen, the sophomore, sitting at 5'10", 184. Gets his first varsity time tonight.
Pick up of 9 for Jensen, the second one.
And now you know that they're really starting to wear on that Trojan defense. When you start bringing in substitutions for guys to get some more varsity time, and they just start breaking down those walls even more and more and more, it's hard as a coach to start letting off. Ravlin, looking back. What can he ravel? Well, let's say his brains. He gets smothered by 4 Trojans right there for a sack. That's only the second time that's happened tonight. Here's the handoff. Jensen pushing his way through the defensive line, and there is a yellow piece of fabric on the grass. So flag on the play, and we'll see what the call is. And it seems to me holding on the offense. So move the ball back 10 yards.
Holding against the Eagles. That holding call is brought to you by Chico's Bail Bonds. Don't worry about being held with Chico's.
So the whistle is blown again after some confusion. Ravlin throws a Hail Mary pass. It's a little long.
Ravlin's pass incomplete, intended for Chase Ryan. 4th down. That's the end of the quarter. Your score, Underwood, 43.
So at the end of the third quarter, Underwood puts up an extra 7 here. 43-8 your score is going into the fourth quarter. You're watching Underwood football. I'm Austin Greenland on the Fuller Digital Solutions Network.
27, Marcus Merritt Claiborne, Rinson Union, 20.
Drop in to the Do Drop In for fantastic daily food specials. For lunch on Monday, chicken fried steak. Tuesday is Taco Tuesday. Wednesday is a wild card. Thursday, bacon cheeseburger, fries, and chocolate cake. And Friday is a sirloin steak sandwich. And for supper specials, on Thursday it's roasted chicken and Friday prime rib. Open 11:30 till 9 weekdays, till 2 Friday and Saturday, and closed Sundays. Drop in to the Do Drop In McClelland for great family food and drinks with friends.
So before we can even get back into the fourth quarter, the Eagles already have a false start, which is honestly not too dramatic considering the fact that they're up 43-8. So a 35-point deficit is the difference. Raveling all by himself, lonely on an island. Throws it over to 23. And woo-wee, Mason Boothby, the sophomore, 150, 6 feet tall, slides his way into the end zone. And that's a touchdown for the Eagles. 49-8 the score now. And here's the question. Can and will Colin Brandt put the 50 on the board? 6 for 7 from the PAT. Can it be 7 for 8? He can, and he is. It's good. And the score now is 50-8, Underwood. So, 50-8 with 11:25 left to go in the football game. You're watching Underwood Eagles football. I'm Austin Greenland on Fuller Digital Solutions.
Fuller Digital Solutions is proud to provide this video streaming coverage, and we hope you are enjoying the broadcast. Chances are, many others are enjoying it right along with you. If you have a business, you could be delivering your message just like I am to you this very minute. Please contact us for sponsorship opportunities by emailing fullerdigitalsolutions@gmail.com. Again, that's fullerdigitalsolutions@gmail.com. Thank you for joining our broadcast.
So this one is kicked kind of weirdly. Coming up with the football is number 68 or 58. Landon Ward, a freshman, sitting at 6'3", 230. That's a big freshman for sure. He comes up with the football and he trips over himself and he just kind of sits there. Stands up and he's like, what? And he just drops the football. Funniest thing I've seen all night, besides the ref getting tackled. Funniest thing I've seen. Here's the, what did I just witness?
Second down.
What's really rough for us up here in the booth is the lights, and these jerseys that Triton Center is wearing is just very hard to see the numbers. You almost don't know who you're talking about. Maddox Anderson into the game for Trojans, and that Hail Mary is no good.
Incomplete.
Colin Brandt is not even going to even contest that there as the cornerback. Anderson there for the pass, just coming back into the football game. He's a junior who also plays linebacker. Standing at 5'11", 170, picks the ball off the ground and basically hands it off to his guy to get tackled. That's kind of been the story of tonight's football game for the Trojans. Not able to get the ball up and off in time. When they do get it off, someone is right there. Their offensive line has really struggled tonight. When they do get the chance for the long ball, they don't really come up with it. And that's just what's been killer. A lot of times, too, you'll find the quarterback not having anywhere to throw. So he'll end up running the football. That happens more often than it should. There's a lot of little kinks at Tri-Center needs to work out. Here's the punt. Got in short. And Boothby back to receive. He's just going to let it roll out right there at the 21-yard line. Back to throw is still Alex Ravlin. He hands it off to Gage Savin. And Savin, well, he's a savage. Finds himself at the 40-yard line.
Nice run, 2nd and 5.
So the ball's going to be placed on the 38. 4 yards to go. 2nd down. Sitting back is Ravlin. Ravlin hands it off to Savin. And this time, Savin is not as immaculate. Doesn't really have a choice, though. Their Trojans were there for the tackle. So Ravlin gets the ball tipped off of his fingers, decides to zigzag through with the ball in his own hands. He finds himself about 2 yards shy of a 1st down. And now they're going to say he crossed the plane. So 1st and 10, now from the 42. And this one's going to get past him. And so he's just going to come on top of it. Braden Tarks is now the new quarterback for the Eagles. He tips it off. And, ooh. Stevie Barnes gets the ball, and he is tackled real quick by Jackson Johnson, the senior, standing at 6'2", 245. I'm 6'2", 215. That guy is bigger than me. That's unreal. So the Eagles try to run the ball through the gut, just unsuccessful. That brings them now to 2 and 24 from their own 28. Here's a Hail Mary throw. It's tipped off of the back of Josh Ravlin, and he just can't come up with that. How would you like to be Josh right now? He's probably thinking as he jogs back to the line, just, how did I miss that? It legit was tipped off of a Trojan hand, hit him in the back. Man, wouldn't it have been neat if he just went whoop, and just like grabbed it with his, wrapped his hand around and caught it with his back? That would have just been unreal. He's going to be dreaming about that play tonight, I'm telling you. He'll be dreaming about that one. Here's the punt. by Joey Anderson. Ball's going to find itself dead at the 34-yard line. And that's where the Trojans will pick up play. So 3:47, continuous clock going on here, 50-8 is your score. And this hike is fumbled. They get the throw off, though, and this one could be multiple yards. It is. So this one's going to get down to the Eagles' own 47.
Taylor Hill's out there also for the Eagles, number 30.
They're going to place the ball on the 44. First and 10 for the Trojans. It's well back to throw the ball. And there for the tackle is Michael Dose.
Mikey Dose. And Will Buckle on the stop.
Michael Dose just really came right in there. Bam! And you saw a catch and you saw Michael. And he was right there for that catch. That's a great job. Good heads-up play by Michael, just getting to that intended receiver and tackling him before he could ever even get anywhere. Anderson throws the ball, finds an intended target.
Taken out of bounds by number 26, Lucas Bose. Maddox Nelson into the game for the Eagles.
So coming out is Mason Boothby. Did a good job playing baseball this summer for the Eagles.
Freeberg on the carry.
Charles is handed over to Freeberg. And he's free for a hot second, but not in the end.
Close to 10. He's second and short.
So it's going to be second and inches. Good job by Freeberg finding himself a way to get close to the line of scrimmage. You can get through this one. This one rolls on the grass a couple times before the quarterback picks it up. And therefore the deflection is Maddox Nelson, who came in for Mason Boothby.
Maddox Nelson on the coverage.
.42 seconds remaining in this football game. And can we get a touchdown here for the Trojans before the end of the game?
Maddox Nelson on the stop. First and goal, Trojans.
So first and goal for the Trojans. And the ball's hiked in the grass again. They're going to try to run it. And no, oh, it gets through.
Brecken Freeberg from 3 yards out.
So it took only the first minute of the ball game for the Trojans to go ahead and collect a touchdown. And now it's taken the last minute for them to get another touchdown. Regardless, they're not shut out to only 8 points this time around like they was back on September 4th of last season when Underwood beat them 41-8. And that, well, that's some gainage right there. The hike is left on the grass. They're going to go for the 2-point conversion. It's deflected.
2-point conversion is no good.
So the score will stay 50-14 with 6 seconds left.
6 seconds left in the ball game.
Here on this kickoff.
Price Center, 14.
So fans start to pick up their belongings and head out here trying to beat the traffic. Although I don't think they'll beat the traffic as much as run into more traffic. But you know, it's a good turnout here at Underwood. It's a little bit smaller of a stadium than I'm used to, you know, coming from Glenwood or, you know, I actually originally graduated from Mount Air. I don't really used to like to broadcast that, but unfortunately I did. You know, nice facilities. This facility is nice, but it does show a lot of heart and small-town Iowa. And the amount of people that come out to this football event with the stands that we have is unreal. It's as big as any big 1A, small 2A school. A really good support system here at Underwood. That's for sure. So here's the kick. And who's it going to find? It kind of dies in the grass. Luke Sider finds him with himself with the football.
Luke Seidler, you may remember him from Seidler Synopsis.
He gets the ball, and that's the ball game. Folks, 50-14 is your final score.
Underwood, 50. Tri-Center, 14. Underwood will be in action at Clarinda next week.
So our next ball game will be at Clarinda next week at 7 p.m. So, in all total, a great ball game by Underwood. They really came out. They popped out quick. The beginning, we really wasn't so sure what was going to happen there, but eventually they came clean with the football. 50-14 is your final score here from Underwood. Next week, we're at Clarinda. Fuller Digital Solutions and myself will be broadcasting that game, so we hope that you join in for us then. Well, from Underwood, Eagle Stadium, I'm Austin Greenland for Fuller Digital Solutions. Good night and good luck.